Okay, students, so this is the button and string activity. And what you're going to need to do this activity is you're going to need a button and you're going to need some string. Now, there are different types of buttons. The bigger the button that you get, the better. But I want to point out that there are buttons with 2 holes and buttons with 4 holes. Now, if you end up with a button with 4 holes, you got to pay a particular attention while you're making it. With the string, as you can see here, I just have a certain length of string, maybe about a meter, not quite a meter's length of string, as you can see as I'm holding my hands apart here to be able to make it. And so if you take this string and you're going to go through 1 hole, now in a 4-hole system, you want to go through the opposite or diagonal button. And so I'm just going to look underneath here and I'm going to pull that out. And notice that that string goes through the opposite hole. Okay? Then what I want to do is I want to take the 2 ends of string and I'm just going to tie them together into a quick knot.
Just make a pretzel knot. We talked about that
before.
before.
Now I'm going to take and I'm going to hold the button like this and have the string hanging down. And I'm going to pull this string up and I'm going to take my 2 middle fingers and I'm going to put them towards myself. So my palm is facing myself with this string over the fingers. I'm going to do the same here with my other fingers. So notice that both of my palms are facing me and the string is over my fingers on the inside of my fingers is holding the string. Now, that's making it. Now what we want to do is we want to wind it up. So I'm just going to spin it. And I like to sometimes just hold one arm still and spin the other one and spin it and spin it and spin it. And now that I've spun it up, it's kind of like dribbling a basketball. I'm going to pull out and in, out and in. If your hands don't move out and in, it will not keep working. And Mr. Derriman is going to explain to you the operation, and you're going to look at the operation, you're going to look to see if the button stops spinning or if it keeps spinning, changes direction, all that good stuff. I'm going to let Mr. Derriman explain that portion to you.
So this button and string is another system, and I want you to really think about the bouncing car example that Mr. Wise and I showed you a while ago. This is really no different. So if you think about the button and the string right now, this would be like the car at the bottom of the ramp. 0 energy. There's just no energy there. And if you remember, to give that car energy, I had to do work on it. So the act of winding the button is doing that work. It's like lifting a car up the hill. The longer you go with that, the more energy that you're giving it. Now, it's not gravitational, it's more elastic potential energy. So I'm going to stop there, and you can see all those twists that we created. That was the work done. It's stored in those twists. So that's maximum potential energy. When those twists become unwound, then that energy gets converted into kinetic, and the button is what demonstrates the kinetic energy. The button moves very fast. When all the twists come out, the button will be going its fastest. What I want you to watch for are these little lines, because you'll see at one point those lines will look like they stop for a split second, and they do, because the button will start going the other way, and then the button will wind the string up in the opposite direction, doing more work back on the string. So it's kind of like kinetic and potential going back and forth as we pull. So here we go. Doing what Mr. Wise stated, we're pulling, we're converting kinetic to potential. Can you get that frame and see when those lines, it looks like it stops. It goes the other way. So in a sense, the button does work back on the string. Just like a ball bounces and goes back up in the air, the button stops and rewinds itself. Now a ball, like when you're dribbling a basketball, it won't come all the way back up to your hand. You have to push on the ball a little bit to get it to come all the way back up. Here, if you don't pull on the string, the button won't keep going. So if I stop pulling, it's like a ball that stops bouncing. So you have to push on the ball and pull on the string to make up for the energy that the system loses from friction and heat. Very interesting. Thank you.
Now, if you have a button and a string, try to do this yourself.